of antrum or follicular antrum, no? Clue to identify Graafian follicle. Ano ang placement ng oocyte? Yan, middle ba or nasa side na? On the side, okay. Eccentric, yan. Very medical term. Functions of corpus luteum. Two function. Bigyan mo na tayong isa. Anong kanyang i-produce? Yan, oocyte. And hormones. What type of hormones? Anong number one? What? Estrogen, yes. Progesterone. Okay. Anong specific cell ng corpus luteum that are responsible for progesterone production? Okay, theca lutein cells. Meron pa, no? Hindi lang theca lutein. Granulosa lutein cells. Okay, very good. Ingat tayo sa terms, ha? It's theca lutein cells, no? Magkamali tayo. Kahit multiple choice yon, malito kayo. Next, ano naman nagpo-produce ng estrogen? Banggit natin estrogen production, di ba? Ano nagpo-produce ng estrogen? Granulosa lutein cells only, no? Hindi theca lutein. Okay, next question. Number 4 na ba tayo? Primordial follicle is covered by what type of cell? Is it follicular? Is it granulosa? Follicular cells. Ano ang description ng follicular cells? Is it circular? Cuboidal? Ayan, flat cells ang follicular cells. Try natin sumagot. Konti lang ang nakikita kong names, no? Reinforcement lang, no, sa inyo. Okay, sige. Albuginea means what? Armor, no? Immediately beneath your germinal epithelium yan to cover your and protect your follicles. Okay? Two structures that help the release of oocyte out of the follicle. Ano yung nabanggit ko kanina na yon? Yan. Una dyan ay corona radiata. Okay? Next is cumulus oophorus. Okay? Ang placement nila iba. Okay? Corona radiata faces your follicular antrum, no? Immediately above your oocyte, no? And cumulus oophorus nasa gilid na yan. No? Okay. 7. Theca lutein cells are derived from what type of cell? Theca blank. Okay? Kailangan yung malaman na it's theca interna cells, no? Hindi externa. Theca interna cells ang origin ng theca lutein cells. Okay. Number 8. Germinal epithelium is what? Simple cuboidal cells. No? Okay. So, let's move forward sa ating next structures, no? Thank you for answering. Sana ganito tayo hanggang 3rd year, no? Answer lang. Pampa-focus or pampa-motivate nyo sa haba ng lectures natin. Okay, next structure is fallopian tubes. Tingnan ko nga sa chat box, ano other name ng fallopian tube? Nabanggit ko kanina. Oviduct. Correct? Ano pa? Another name, letter U. Uterine tube. Kasi it connects your ovaries to your uterus. Okay. Histologically, ano ang mga clues to identify your fallopian tube? So, una, yung lining epithelium natin which consists of simple columnar, no? Taller than wide. Simple columnar cells with cilia. Pero hindi continuously present si cilia. Kung mapapansin nyo, may kalbo, may buhok, may kalbo, may buhok. Nakikita nyo ba? no? So, yung meron tayong mga cells na walang silya called your PEG cells or secretory cells, no? This will produce liquid or secretions containing nutrients, no, and lubricant, no, para dun sa easy flow of your oocyte or egg cell along this narrow tube sa oviducts natin or fallopian tube, no. So again, no, meron tayong ciliated cell and yung non-ciliated cell, this is called your secretory cell or PEG cells. Another picture of your PEG cells or secretory cells, ayan, kalbo, no? Ito naman, meron siyang cilia, which is the ciliated cell, no? So, the lining epithelium, again, simple columnar, no? Tall sila with cilia. Okay, easy ang fallopian tube, correct? Kanina, hindi masyadong easy. Ang daming structures. Anyway, let's go down to your uterus. Okay, so ito yung ating gross picture of uterus pag kinoya ng buo, no? Parang siyang ball, no? Pag hinati mo sa gitna, may mga layers yan ng protective layers to eventually protect kung ano man magde-develop dyan, no? Hayop ba? Baby, okay? Yung baby natin, para well-protected siya. Kaya meron tayong ganitong 3 layers of uterus, no? The innermost layer is your endometrium, and then your muscle layer is myometrium. Kaya siya tinawag na myometrium. Myo means muscle. Kaya yung composition niyan is purely muscle. And then the outermost layer is perimetrium, and then yung outer layer, no, yung nasa labas na is the serosa, no, which covers the whole of uterus. Okay? So ang daming layer to protect the baby, no? And then important to note, ito yung itsura ng ating under the microscope, no, lighter staining ang ating endometrium, while yung myometrium appears darker because of the presence of your muscle, no? Yan. And meron din yan mga blood vessel inside sa myometrium. And then yung ating thinnest, no, layer is perimetrium. So explore pa natin mabuti yung slide na yon, no? Sa endometrium, yan, may makikita tayong dalawang additional layers, no? Which is called your stratum functionalis number 4 and number 5 is stratum basalis. Specific location ng mga glands natin ay stratum functionalis of your endometrium. Baka lang matanong, no? During your lecture examination, yung location ng ating glands ay nasa stratum functionalis of your endometrium. Okay? Important tong mga glands na to kasi this will serve or this will give us clue kung nasa ang menstrual phase na or endometrial phase na yung female patient. Okay? Sige. Ito again, no, your myometrium and your perimetrium. So, balikan ko lang yung na-discuss na endometrial phases. These are the stages in which yung ating uterus lining, no, will mature or transform. Depende kung ano, again, yung status ng female patient. Magbubuntis ba siya? Kung hindi nagbuntis, magme-mens, right? Once na hindi na-fertilize yung oocyte, no, it will induce menstruation. No? So, nakadepende doon sa level of hormones, status of your oocyte, yung endometrial phases. Okay? So, we have 3 major phases. We have proliferative, which is further divided into early and late proliferative phase. Second is your secretory phase. And lastly, kung hindi nangyari ang pregnancy or fertilization, menstrual phase. Okay? Explore natin yung mga clues para ma-identify yung each phase under microscope. Unahin natin ang early proliferative phase, which consists of, titignan mo yung mga glands, no? Again, ano ulit ang location ng glands sa uterus? Saan sila makikita? Kompleto, para hindi malito. Okay? Sige, type. Stratum functionalis ng alin? Ng anong layer? Ayan. Stratum functionalis of the endometrium. No? Okay. So, ano ang itsura ng glands under your early proliferative phase? Small and circular glands. Tandaan nyo muna yan for now. Kasi papakita ko yan mamaya. Late proliferative phase, elongated, straight, with large lumen. No? Mahaba na, para siya nagiging balloon. No? And secretory phase, tandaan nyo lagi, the sawtooth appearance of the glands. Ano ba yung sawtooth? Mamaya, papakita natin. No? And then lastly, menstrual phase, hindi tayo magkakamali dyan kasi may kita kang blood or bleeding, no? Dun sa endometrial layer. Okay. Sabi natin, look for glands, di ba? Which is found in the stratum functionalis of your endometrium. Early proliferative phase is characterized by having glands with this description: small, circular glands with small lumen. Parang mga butil, no, ng bigas. Okay? Tingnan natin yung change pagdating sa late proliferative phase. Elongated, straight, with large lumen, no? Elongated, straight, no? Ito hindi masyadong straight. Pero elongated, di ba? With large lumen. So, late proliferative phase pa rin yan. Pagdating sa secretory phase, pinatanda ko sa inyo ang sawtooth appearance of the lumen. Ayan, ito yung parang, ano ba yun? Ngipin ng lagare. Okay? Yan. Sawtooth appearance ng lumen ng mga glands natin. I hope na-appreciate natin yung difference between these two. No? To, very straight, walang sawtooth appearance, dito meron na. Then lastly, your menstrual phase, di tayo magkakamali dyan. Positive for bleeding ang endometrium layer ng uterus. Okay. Now, bababa tayo ulit. Papunta tayo sa cervix. Kanina nabanggit ko, we have two parts of cervix. Meron tayong inner cervix and outer cervix. Inner cervix is called your endocervix, while your outer cervix is called your ectocervix. In pap smear, may makikita ka. Ito yung itsura ng cervix natin. And during pap smear, kailangan mo matarget ito, no, yung ating external os or external opening of your cervix. Kasi, yun yung connection between your endo, nasa loob, and your ecto ay nasa labas. No? So, ito yung itsura under microscope. Pag kinat mo pa yan, no? Yan yung itsura niyan. So, yung endocervix nasa loob and nasa labas ang ectocervix. Endocervix is lined by your simple columnar epithelium. Nakita niyo yung, yung difference, no, between the layers, yung drastic change or transformation, no? While your ectocervix is lined by your non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. Pinapakita ko sa inyo yung buo, no? Para later on, pagdating natin dito, medyo malabo lang, sorry, no? Yung transformation zone, no? Or the squamocolumnar junction. And this is important na makuha during the pap smear kasi this is the most common site of cervical cancer, no? Kailangan may distinction between the two layers of or two epithelium lining ng cervix. Kapag hindi distinctive to, may nangyayaring transformation No? May nangyayaring cancerous development on this site. Okay? For a much clearer picture, ayan. Yung sinasabi kong junction or the delineation, no, between two epithelium. Ito yung ating non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium, meaning anong layer to? Patingin nga sa chat box. Yung red bracket. Anong layer si red bracket? I mean, anong part ng cervix si red bracket? Kung ito ay multiple layers of flat cells. Ectocervix, correct. While your blue is your endocervix. Okay? So, it is composed of your simple columnar cells. I hope na-appreciate natin, no? Ito ay multiple layers of flat cells. So, simple, stratified squamous, walang keratin sa taas, so non-keratinized stratified squamous. Okay, last structure na tayo, vagina. No? Again, magmula umpisa no, ng ating histology lecture slide review series, ang sabi ko, laging clue natin for stratified squamous epithelium is yung curtain formation, mukhang cortina. No? So, ito ay stratified squamous, pero hindi natatapos dyan. Tingnan natin kung may presence of keratin. So, wala. Ano ba ang itsura ng keratin under microscope? Hair-like structures yan, no? Buhok-buhok, pero wala siya apparently on this slide. So, this is lined by your non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. Important si non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium because it can provide moisture sa vaginal environment, no? Unang important yon. Number one, para sa immune system ng reproductive organ, no, para hindi magkaroon ng infection because this moist environment prevents, no, na the invasion of your bacteria, yung mga yan. And number two, para dun sa the sexual activity, no, para hindi magkaroon ng friction. Okay? Another clue is the presence of your rugae or folds ng vagina natin. Ito ay most prominent ang folds sa mga hindi pa nag-give birth, no? Yung mga dito, hindi pa nabubuntis. Ayan, yan yung magandang term. Hindi nabubuntis pa. So, mas prominent ang rugae sa mga hindi pa nabubuntis. Pag nabuntis na, medyo nagpa-flatten na yan, no? So, that's another clue for the pathologist to identify if ever patient gave birth, already gave birth or not. Okay? Okay, so let's try these exercises, no? Meron ako pinipare ng mga additional pictures. Ayan. Makikita nyo rin ulit ito sa homework nyo. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Okay? So, makikita natin mabuti. Tayong wait lang and show ko muna. Tayo sa... Kasi kailangan ko siyang i-mark. Anyway, draw tayo. Okay, so let's begin with, pa-open naman ng chat box, ha? Kasi magpapa-site tayo. Okay, so unahin natin, ano munang organ to? And anong gagamitin yung clue to identify this? Anong organ to? Bukan nyo. Ovary. Daming question mark na nas. Yes, ovary. No, very good. Kasi may kita kang mga follicles. No? What is the lining epithelium of your ovary? Lining epithelium is simple cuboidal. Answer tayo. Uy, may natutulog na. Answer. No? Simple cuboidal epithelium is also known as your natamad na mag-type. Germinal epithelium. Correct. Okay. Next, ano ang layer nito? Important layer tayo. Connective tissue na tawag tayo dito. So, what do you call this layer? Sige, pwedeng cortex, kasi part siya ng cortex, okay? Pero ano yung nasa bracket na dinrawing ko? Specific part of the cortex yon. Tunica albuginea, correct? No? Albuginea means what? Armor, no? Okay, correct. So, makikita natin underneath it is follicles. So, hindi pa natin siya sure kung anong itsura ng mga yan, no, under microscope. Para ma-identify natin if ever primordial follicle to, ano una mong titingnan? Ano ang characteristic ng primordial follicle? It has what? Flat cells. And the flat cells na yon is called what? Your follicular cells. Correct. If ever primary follicle yon, ano ang merong cells sa primary follicle? Cuboidal cells, no? And this cuboidal cells is named as or termed as granulosa cells. Okay, correct. Masasabi ba natin this is secondary follicle? Yes or no? Baka pa secondary follicle to, nasa picture. Yes or no? Possible na secondary follicle yung nasa picture. Ano ba ang clue natin para masabi natin secondary follicle? What is the defining characteristic? Antrum, di ba? Nakikita nyo na ba yung antrum? Ito yung follicles natin, Yan, number 1, number 2. Ito yung mga follicles na yan. So, makikita na ba natin yung antrum dyan? May antrum kaya? Yes or no? Sige nga, tingnan natin. May antrum kaya sa mga binilugang structure? Sige lang, hula lang. Go! Nakikita ba tayo antrum? Mamaya sagutin ko. Wala. No? Kasi itong mga follicle na to maliliit pa, no? So, it's either primary or primordial follicle. Depende kung ano lang yung outer cell layer nila, no? So, definitely, hindi siya secondary follicle. And most definitely, hindi rin Graafian follicle, no? Kasi ang liliit, no? So, yon. Okay. Next structure. Ano kayang organ to? Organ na tayo, no? Ano ang clue niyo dyan para ma-identify anong organ yan? Kita nyo to? Yan. And ito pa, may mga folds. Oh, ano yung sinasabi kong may curtain na, may folds pa. Anong organ yon? Vagina, no? Okay, correct. Ano ang lining epithelium ng vagina? Non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. Okay. Haba, no? Bibis mag-type. Anyway, next. Unahin natin ito. Anong stage yan ng follicles natin? Primary, yung nakabilog, yung nakikita nyo ba yung nakabilog? Yan. Yung nakabilog na red circle. Primary, primordial, secondary, Graafian. Ito lang. Nakita nyo ba yung binilugan ko? Anyway. Yes or no? This one. Ay, wait. Itong nakabilog. Primary. Yan. Kasi may nakita ka ng cuboidal cell layer or granulosa cells. Okay. Sige. Next naman. Wait. Ito. Very tricky, no? So, ano kaya ang stage to? Secondary, no? Very good. Bakit kaya secondary? Nasa gitna pa din siya, no? Kung ma-appreciate nyo yung ating placement ng follicle, nasa gitna, tapos hindi pa siya na-push to the side. Ang Graafian follicle, nasa gilid talaga yung ating oocyte. Okay, very good. Next. Ano kaya yan? Kayang structure to. Nakikita natin lining epithelium. No? Ayan. May sumagot na. Uy, sagot-sagot tayo. Dalawa lang kausap ko. Tatlo lang kausap ko. Fallopian tubes, correct. Yan. Ano ang lining epithelium ng fallopian tube? I know, mahaba. I'm willing to wait. Simple columnar with cilia. Okay, correct. Sabi natin with cilia, di ba? Meron tayong mga parts of the fallopian tube na walang cilia. Anong tawag doon? Peg cells, okay? Or the secretory cells, correct? Next, anong stage of the endometrial phase? Ito. Nasa uterus tayo, okay? Ano ang particular or the specific endometrial phase ang may nakikita nyo sa slide na yan? Proliferative, hindi lang be specific tayo ha. So, early proliferative phase because of the presence of the small circular glands. No? Very good. Next. Yung organ yan. Organ tayo. Yan. Very good. Yan. Sige pa. Answer. Bakit cervix? No? Kita natin yung ating dalawang lining epithelium, correct? So, drawingan nga natin. Okay, ano ang naka-circular part? What specific part of the cervix? Ectocervix, okay? Which is lined by, hindi ko na ipapatype, non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. Ano naman yung hindi nakabilog na part? Endocervix lined by your simple columnar epithelium. Ano ang area between endo and ectocervix? Anong tawag natin doon? Transformational zone or what? Ano ang mahabang term? Squamocolumnar junction. What is the importance of squamocolumnar junction? Bakit siya important to take note by the pathologists? Because this is the most common site for cervical cancer, correct? Okay, break tayo. 5 minutes. Mabilis lang ang male reproductive system, no? Na tayo. Hello, nasa seats na ba kayo? I might extend. I think asynchronous naman tayo mamaya sa Cytogen. No, forgive me for extending our time. Pa-heart react naman kung nandyan kayo sa seats nyo. Okay, sige, let's go. Last topic, huhu! Di ba tayo emotional tapos ng histology? O hate na hate nyo to? Hate na hate? So I hope ito yung favorite subject nyo for this second sem. Kahit hula-hula tayo lagi sa slide review exam. At least may 1:5 chances na makuha nyo yung sagot. Anyway, ganun pa rin naman tayo again no sa ating lab exam sa April, no? So yung April natin puro exams. I cannot imagine na yun yung buhay nyo, no? Paano ba tayo gumraduate agad? Anyway, may PLQ kayo ng 11 to 12. Sige, sabihan ko si Prof. Janine na extend. Kasi nag-extend ako. Wait lang, message natin siya. Form ko lang muna. Anong oras yung gusto nyong extension? Ha? Hanggang next year? Sabihin natin na hanggang anong oras? Next month? Until 11:59. Sige. Tingnan natin kung malakas ako kay Prof. Ortega, ha? Okay. Sige, 11:59 AM. PM. Okay. So, forgive me, mag-extend ako ng very, very slight. Let's start. Sige na. Let's start with male reproductive system. Okay, by the end of this session, again, you can almost identify the organs of the reproductive system, selected organs. I will you will hopefully recognize some clues to identify these organs, each of their histologic parts and yung function of each parts of the male reproductive structures. Okay, bigyan ko lang kayo ng overview ng ating mga structures sa male genitalia. So una, syempre yung testis natin, which contain your seminiferous tubules. And these are the site of spermatogenesis. Ano ibig sabihin ng spermatogenesis? Genesis means production or development, and spermato means your sperm cell. So, seminiferous tubules are the sites of sperm cell production. And then we have duct system, wherein your sperm cell, after ma-develop and ma-produce, it will be transported out of the system, kapag na on the process of ejaculation. We have this duct system is important for the transport and the maturation as well, para walang anong tawag dito, pangit na sperm cell na lalabas out of the male body. Kasi the main goal of the sperm cell is syempre to fertilize egg cells. Malalaman nyo yung mga characteristic of the sperm cell pagdating nyo sa analysis of body fluids next semester. Exciting, lahat kayo ay hindi man kayo lahat. Selected students will the volunteer, no, to offer their seminal fluid to be examined. Excited na ba kayo dun sa stage of life na yun? Pa-heart react naman, sino excited doon? No, yung magkakollect ng seminal fluid, and then yung mga female classmates nyo, like, explore, pangit yung, yung mga nagpo-produce, nasira due to stress, yung mga yan. Sa stress sa kakaaral. Okay. So, meron tayong mga structures for that, no? Epididymis, vas deferens, and some of the ejaculatory duct, no, that would help propel this seminal fluid out of the male body. No? And some of the accessory glands, no? Titinan natin yan. Itong mga accessory glands will nourish, no? Will provide nutrition para dun sa sperm cell, which are your seminal vesicles and prostate gland. Bulbourethral glands, papadaanan ko lang, pero hindi siya included, no, dito sa outline ng structures natin na i-discuss. Okay, let's go to seminiferous tubules. Ang seminiferous tubules, ayan, nasa loob ng testis ng male body. Okay, so these are interconnecting tubules, no? Under microscope, yan yung itsura niyan. Very minute ang size ng mga tubules na to. Sabi natin tubo, yan. Ito ang itsura niyan under microscope. And may makikita kayo sa lecture na to na some of the structures parehas sa female reproductive organ, such as your tunica albuginea. In embryology kasi, no, the first development of human body, asexual pa yan, no? Meaning wala pang sex-determining region or sex-determining structures ang isang embryo. It will be determined later on kapag meron tayong SRY gene. Alala niyo si SRY gene back in cytogenetics. It is an important gene present in the Y chromosome that would dictate, no, yung maleness ng baby. Okay? So, kaya some of the structures present in both female and male. And isa dyan ay yung tunica albuginea, which is a protective, again, no, albuginea means armor. It's a protective layer covering yung underneath structures. And yung sa male, important na makover niya yung seminiferous tubules because it is the site of your sperm cell production. Okay. Sa diagram, no, paano ba yung seminiferous tubules? Ano ba yung makikita natin dyan? So, we can observe, no, the various stages of the developing sperm cell. No, from dun sa, ito yung outer lining, dito makikita yung mga youngest, no, stage of the sperm cell. Going outside, papunta sa lumen, nandito na yung may mga buntot na, no? Then na yung mga spermatids natin, which is the most or the late stage na makikita natin dito sa seminiferous tubule. Yan, may mga buntot na. And meron tayong mga important supporting cell, no, that could help, no, to further nourish and develop this sperm cell called your Sertoli cells. Ayan. Itong buong ito ay Sertoli cell actually, no? It contains, no, yung mga pinapalaki niyang mga sperm cell. Okay? Ito, halimbawa itong buong segment na to ay Sertoli cell. Ang laki, di ba? So, ito lang ay nucleus niya. So, itong buong ito ay may laman na various stages of your sperm cell. Okay, tingnan natin mabuti. Ito actually, nucleus ito. Itong buong ito ay your Sertoli cell. No? Sertoli cells or also known as sustenticular cells. No? These cells support and nourish yung ating developing sperm cell. No? Hanggang sa mag-mature siya, pupunta siya sa lumen, and magkakaroon na siya ng buntot. We will not explore yung ating histologic characteristic of the sperm cell. Medyo mahirap to sa stage nyo, and we often use special markers to identify these structures. So sa level nyo, hindi nyo na muna kailangan nun. No? So pupuntahan lang natin yung mga important structures other than your sperm cell. So dito naman tayo. So we have again your sustenticular cell, or also known as Sertoli cell. Another supportive cell is your interstitial cells or Leydig cells. Nasa labas ng seminiferous tubule yan. No? Kung si Sertoli cell ay para sa support and nourishment of your sperm cell, si interstitial cells naman produces your testosterone, to further develop yung maleness ng ating ng male human body. Okay? Diba? Maggagawa yan ng way to develop yung male characteristics. Okay? So yan yung difference between their placement, location, and their function. So another picture ng ating location, difference ng location ng Leydig cells. Ayan. Leydig cells nasa labas, Sertoli cells nasa loob ng seminiferous tubules. Leydig cells produces your testosterone, Sertoli cells for nourishment of sperm cell. Okay, doon na tayo sa part ng transport and maturation, ng ating sperm cell. Unahin natin yung epididymis. Careful lang tayo sa spelling, D-I-D-Y, epididymis. Ano ang lining epithelium ng epididymis? It is lined by your pseudostratified columnar epithelium with stereocilia. Stereocilia, important siya for the movement ng ating sperm cell. Halimbawa, kailangan na niyang mag-ejaculate, or lumabas out of the human body, tutulong ang stereocilia to move for the sperm cell forward. Okay? And another function, aside sa transport and sperm maturation, it also serves as a storage of sperm. Lalo na kung hindi naman siya sa act of ejaculating, kailangan may storage area yung sperm cell na yon. And the storage area for these cells is the epididymis. And makikita nyo yung ating minsan kasi nakakalito yung difference between your seminiferous tubule and your epididymis. Seminiferous tubule, madami yung cells, and then pagdating dito may mga buntot na, madaming cells, may buntot. Pagdating sa epididymis, appreciate natin yung ating cytoplasm ng pseudostratified columnar epithelium, and nasa gitna yung sperm cell. Okay, so medyo nakakalito, pareha silang tubo, or very circular ang shape, pero yun yung ating clue, yung ating epididymis, yung cytoplasm, ayan, kita natin, and yung columnar epithelial cells nandito. Okay? Again, another picture ng epididymis, columnar epithelial cells, yung cytoplasm niya, and then yung sperm cell. And the lining epithelium of your epididymis is pseudostratified columnar epithelium with stereocilia. Pseudostratified kasi actually isang layer lang yan, hindi lang pantay-pantay yung nucleus. Patong-patong sila. Okay? And yung stereocilia, makikita nyo, longer than yung strand ng stereocilia, it has a longer strand than your cilia. Okay. So again, itutok ko lang kayo kasi sa exams, lagi may nagkakamali dito. Difference between your seminiferous tubule and epididymis. Tandaan lang natin mabuti that seminiferous tubules are the sites of sperm cell production. Kaya madami ka makikita mga cells. Ha? Yun na yung unang clue nyo para hindi nyo makalimutan yung itsura. Okay, another structure. Pagpalabas na tayo, no? Vas deferens. Vas deferens, ang characteristic niyan ay meron siyang star-shaped appearance of the lumen. Ayan, star-shaped. Okay? Compared mo dito, hindi siya star. Okay? Dito, star siya. And marami yung layer of muscle. No? And yung muscle na yan will contract, relax, depende, no? Kung gaano karaming seminal fluid yung ilalabas ng male body. Okay? And vas deferens is line again, no? Pareho sila ni epididymis ng pseudostratified columnar epithelium with stereocilia. And ito yung atin na naman. Hindi ko inaangkin. Sperm cell. Okay? Ito yung pseudostratified columnar epithelium. Ito ang stereocilia. And again, yung star-shaped appearance ng lumen. Another clue. Okay, another picture of the vas deferens. Kita nyo, hindi constricted yung lumen niya, no? Sabihin, walang laman, no? Wala siyang itatransport. Okay? Ito yung lumen na sinasabi natin star-shaped, supposedly. Pseudostratified columnar epithelium and then stereocilia. Now, another group of structures na tayo. Itong mga group of structures na to helps to further nourish, no, yung sperm cells natin. These are called your accessory glands. And one of the accessory glands is seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle is actually characterized by honeycomb appearance, no, under microscope. Na-appreciate nyo, para siyang honeycomb or no, para siyang net actually, no, more on net structure siya. So each of these yung opening niyan, no, ang tawag diyan actually alveoli, no. Alam niyo alveoli, anong organ nga ulit yung may alveoli? Patingin nga sa chat box. Lungs, no? Mukha siyang lungs actually under microscope, no? Pero nirename nila yung mga alveoli na to into tubulo-alveolar glands, no? Ito na tayo. Yan. And then, itong mga pockets of air, supposedly, no, it contains some secretions, some secretions, no, that could help, no, produce, ano ba to? Mga fructose, ayan pala, fructose-rich fluid, kasi ang fructose is the #1 carbohydrate and energy source for sperm cell. No? Very fruity. Very fruity ang ating seminal fluid. And itong secretions from seminal fluid from the seminal vesicle, will contribute, no, the majority of the volume ng seminal fluid natin. No? Kapag konti ang volume ng seminal fluid, kunya latak lang, no, parang sipon lang, parang laway lang, ibig sabihin, and if ever young pa yung patient, ibig sabihin, baka may problema sa seminal vesicle, no? Hindi nagko-contribute sa volume, no, ng seminal fluid. So, unang ini-investigate na part of the male genitalia ay seminal vesicle. Okay? So, another accessory gland is your prostate gland, no? Nakahag yan sa urethra ng isang male body. So, minsan kapag nagkakaroon ng enlargement of the prostate gland, hirap umihi yung mga patient, No? Unang-unang symptom nila yan. And then ipapa-ultrasound mo, malaki na pala, no? So maggagamot sila. Okay, so explore natin yung prostate gland further. So makikita mo ulit, no, parang may mga pockets tayo ulit dyan. So very different, no, from the seminal vesicle. Kasi sa prostate gland, no, aside sa mga pockets of the um, parang mga pockets of secretion, no? May mga muscle din, no, in between, no? So ito yung mga namamaga, no, during times na ano ba tawag dito? Hindi na active yung isang male patient, namamaga yan, lumalaki yung prostate. Okay? Explore pa natin ng mabuti, no? Tingnan natin yung mga structures inside the prostate gland. Unahin natin again, no, the fibromuscular stroma. Ito ang isa sa mga differentiating clues natin between your seminal vesicle versus your prostate gland, no? The fibromuscular stroma, and then meron tayong yung lining epithelium natin. The lining epithelium of seminal vesicle and prostate gland varies. No? Depende kung gaano ka-active ang ating mga activities. Okay? Kapag hindi ganun ka-active, simple cuboidal lang yung lining niyan. No? Pag nandun tayo sa active stages of our lives, no, nagiging pseudostratified. Kaya hindi ko masyadong specify yung lining epithelium kasi it changes, no? Depende sa activity ng male patient. Okay? Number 3 is corpora amylacea. Corpora amylacea is a defining characteristic of your prostate gland, no? It is characterized by pink concentric bodies, no? Pink, and then paikot-ikot. Paikot-ikot na mga rings. Ay, para siyang, bang pagkain yon? Croissant? Nakakain na ba kayo ng croissant? No, hindi naman tayo slop soil na hindi pa tayo nakakita ng croissant, 'di ba? Pag kinat mo siya cross-sectionally, may makita kang layers of bread, 'di ba? So parang ganun yung corpora amylacea. And this is actually may theory behind dyan. Hindi pa fully studied, no? Naho-form sila due to condensation of secretion, lalo na sa mga hindi active in bed, okay? Naiipon yung mga yan. No? Mas maraming corpora amylacea sa mga older male patients. Okay? And siguro some of the younger, kung walang girlfriend, or boyfriend, naiipon yung mga yan. No? Pero mas marami yan sa mga older generations. Okay? And itong isang buong ito, ang tawag dito ay tubuloalveolar gland. And inside of it ay yung mga corpora amylacea, also known as the defining characteristic of the prostate gland. Kung nakita mo na yan, nasa prostate gland ka. Okay? Next, nakakatakot. Bakit takot dito? Penis. Kapag, imagine natin lahat ng mga male students ito, pag kinat yung penile part nyo, no, inatin natin sa dalawa, ito yung makikita natin. Na-imagine nyo ba? Masaktan ba kayo? Hindi, joke lang. So, pag hinatin natin, ito yung itsura niyan under microscope, no? Meron tayong two large tissues here, no? Mamaya papangalanan natin yung mga yan. Tapos may another structure here, and then ito yung urethra, no? Napakanipis na urethra. Okay. So ito, and then nakabalot yan ng muscles, okay? And some of the blood vessels. Kaya minsan maugat, 'di ba? Yan, dahil diyan sa sobrang daming blood vessel, no? Okay. So, ano ang mga parts niyan under microscope, no? Number 1, nabanggit ko kanina yung two large tissues niya sa taas, corpora cavernosa, no? And corpora cavernosa, ang function niyan is for the erection or rigidity of the organ. no? It will contract and it will give the shape, no, dun sa penis, no? And depende sa strength ng corpora cavernosa kung gaano siya aangat. Tama ba yung term? The younger the male patient, mas nakatayo, no? Papunta sa langit, ganyan. And kapag pag older patient, mas nakababa, no? So, depende sa strength ng corpora cavernosa. Hopefully, walang nagkinig na parents dyan. Palasin nyo muna sila sa kwarto. Anyway, next, meron ding protective layer, no, that covers this corpora cavernosa called your tunica albuginea. Narinig nyo na to kanina, di ba? Ang tunica albuginea, covers your seminiferous tubule. Ngayon, this time, it also covers the corpora cavernosa. Okay? Well, ako pala ang may magulang dito. Nandito ang nanay ko. Nagayang kumain. Anyway, number 3, urethra. No? Ito naman ay slit-like structure. No? Dito, magpapass through ang urine or semen. Never sabay. Okay? So, kasi ang sperm cell, ang urine is very toxic to sperm cell. Diba? Ang urine has a hypoosmotic environment which could kill cells. No? Kaya never nagmi-meet si urine and your seminal fluid. No? Never yan sabay lalabas. Number 4 is corpus spongiosum, which keeps urethra open. Pag nag-contract ito, it will open your urethra, and then kapag nag-relax, it will close. Okay? So these are the important parts of the histologic picture of penis. No? So in other clue, para hindi kayo malito, kung penis ba nakikita nyo, lalahanin nyo, na also itong na to, shades, ilang taon kayo? Tingnan ko nga sa chat box. Ilang taon kayo na uso yung ganong shades? Wala. Di pa kayo buo nun? Nauso tong shades na to eh. Anyway, so mukhang ganito yung picture. So, yung pinaka-shades mo ay yung tunica albuginea, yung mata mo ay corpora cavernosa, tapos yung lips mo, yung mouth mo, yung urethra, yung lips mo ay yung corpus spongiosum. Okay? So, hindi malilito, no? Okay, let's review. Tingnan natin to. Wait lang. Wait. Ay! So, open your chat box. Wait lang Pindot ko yung X. Last review na natin to sa histology. Di ba kayo emotional? Ako lang. Ako lang yung malungkot. Anyway. So, review tayo. Open your chat box, no? Anong organ kaya to? Miss you. Wala namang sumasagot. Charot lang. Anong organ to? Okay, penis, no? So, identify natin yung structures. Ano kaya? So, ano kaya ito? Orange. This one. So, okay, very good. This is urethra. What is the covering of the urethra? Ano ang covering niya? Itong white na to. Corpus spongiosum. Huwag magpapalit to dun sa corpus spongiosum natin and yung cavernosa. Okay? So, baka malito kayo. Next is yung etong structure na to. Number 3. Corpora cavernosa. What is the function of corpora cavernosa? Yan. For the rigidity or for erection. Okay, correct. Tapos, meron tayong red line na to. Actually, it extend up to here, no? So, what is this layer? Tunica albuginea. Correct. Okay. Punta tayo next. Structure. Identify the structure. Seminiferous tubules. Okay? So, kung papa-identify ko itong buong ito, yan. What is this type of cell? Walang masyadong delineation, no? Yan. Sertoli cells, no? Ano naman to? Itong mga to sa labas. Leydig cells. Anong importance ng Leydig cells? It can produce what? Produce testosterone, correct. Next, structure. Vas deferens. Hindi Vans deferens. Hindi naman sapatos. joke lang. Vas deferens, okay? Ano ang main function ni vas deferens? Transport of sperm. Okay. Lining epithelium. Mahaba. Antay ko kayo mag-type. Mali-mali na yung spelling. Pseudostratified columnar epithelium with, huwag kakalimutan ang stereocilia. Okay. Next. Hulaan. Anong function na lang? Sige, anong function nito? Para mahirapan kayo mag-type. Anong function nito? Okay. So, may nakaisip na bakas epididymis to, no? So, again, no, epididymis, ang structure niyan lagi ay bilog yan, may lumen, tapos nandito lang yung mga nucleus. Tapos, clear dito, no? So, yan yung mga, nandito sa gilid yung mga nucleus, okay? Tapos, ang seminiferous tubules, which is this in this picture, kung itong ano niya ay may nucleus kasi nandito yung mga sperm cell. So, this is actually seminiferous tubules, no? And the function is for spermatogenesis. Okay? So, may nahilo na, no? Kung ano ang difference between your epididymis and spermatogenesis. Okay? Okay, next. Ano to? Ito muna. Yung naka-elongate muna na structure. Sige. Spelling, yan. Ano ang term natin dito sa mga to? Croissant. Okay. Sino pa? Clue lang yon, no? Huwag yun yung answer. Corpora amylacea. Correct. Yan. And this is described as having pink concentric rings. Okay? So, if present ito, anong gland ito? prostate gland. Okay? Prostate gland is, anong tawag dito? Is it for transport or accessory gland? Accessory gland, no? Hindi siya for transport. Okay. Next. Structure. Structure to. Nalito na. Ano kaya to? Epididymis. Okay. D-I-D-Y, no? Sige. So, this is for storage of your sperm cell, no? And also transport kapag kailangan ng lumabas. Ano ang lining epithelium ni epididymis? Sige, pahirapan. Mag-type. Pseudostratified columnar epithelium with stereocilia. Okay. Last na. No? So, let's mag-abang-abang na tayo ng ating anong tawag dito? Ng homework. I will set the homework sa April 6 ang deadline. Nag-inform na ako kay Prof. Ortega na mag-extend ng PLQ until 11:59 p.m. Antayin ko lang yung reply. Hopefully, papagbigyan tayo. But anyway, let's end this session. Wala nang question. Kung wala nang question, pasagot naman NA sa chat box. Okay. Last, natin, na wala na tayong cover to cover exams, no? Kasi I believe hindi nyo siya need para mapatunayan yung papasa kayo sa histo, no? Ang gagawin lang natin sa lab exam is yung coverage lang nun ay yung pre-final topics lang natin, no? May final exam sa lecture part, pero wala sa part ko, no? Hindi dahil tinatamad na ako. Aside doon, no? Ang last exam niya lang sa akin, sa lab exam, ay yung pre-final topics na lang. And then, hindi nyo na ako makikita. Ever. Charot. Ang finals week for the lab, wala nang finals week sa lab, wala na tayong slide review session. Pero may exam. Yung finals, yung slide review exam nyo, ang coverage lang nun ay pre-finals topic. Yung 4 na system, female, male, urinary, and endo. Okay? So, let's end our session. Thank you sa pag-recite. I hope to see you sa hematology, no? Galingan nyo na, last push to increase your jiwa, no, na sa histology. Okay, I hope hindi kami naging pabigat sa inyo, no, para sa histology. Any questions related to unit test, kindly approach or reach out to Prof. Ortega through Canvas email. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Woohoo! Bye!
Thank you po.